like it's kind of an obstacle illusion.
Optical.
I know how to say it. I choose to say it wrong, Kevin.
Yeah.
But hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
That's right, America. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this is the lost art of common sense. And this week we are talking about Supreme Court decisions that ended up being pretty supreme. So let's get right into it. I'm not doing it in the order they came out.
Is that because you don't know?
I do know the order for three of them. Three of the four I do. One I didn't even know about until you told me about. So,
well, and I don't even know the order.
I do, but this is not it. Okay, so the first one. What are your thoughts on the Biden student loan forgiveness being struck down by the Supreme Court, saying basically it was unconstitutional?
Well, I kind of believe with the president and Nancy Pelosi on that one. They never had the power to do it. Like, that's fucking stupid to think that you can. Well, for one thing, the president flat out doesn't have the power to do it because Congress has the power of the purse. That's in their purview. The president can't just like do that. Hell, Roberts used Nancy's quote in his what do they call that? Not dissenting opinion, but I guess opinion.
Is it the
what's the opposite of
the
dissent?
assent? The assent.
Ascending opinion.
Yeah, that's it. I think that is it.
Oh well, so I'm sarcastically right.
You are sarcastically right.
But he used Nancy Pelosi's words in that remark because he can't do it. And the whole they say that's how he got elected, but
yeah, that's it.
Well, they say that's how he did it because, or part of it, because people are stupid. They don't understand civics, which is why there's some. I think he's an ex-Navy SEAL. I think he's running for Senate in Montana, maybe.
I was hoping it's gonna be like Mitch McConnell's area.
I don't know. Well, wherever he's running, which it might not be in Montana, I think he's either going against a Rhino or a Democrat. But I think he's one of the guys who says like civics needs to be required and focused on in schools.
I think it needs to be a requirement to graduate high school.
Yeah, I mean, I think a half-ass is, but it's not very important in the curriculum because a stupid public's an easily manipulated public, like a guy saying, "Hey, elect me, and I'll cancel a bunch of your debt and just make other people pay for it." Because even if he cancels your debt, you're still technically paying for that debt because you pay taxes and you're stupid, but whatever. But that's why he did it. He did it to try to get the millennials and who I guess people are saying have the most. They're the least trustworthy generation, supposedly.
Well, I think they're the least informed generation because I think
they get all their shit on the internet.
Well, that and they weren't taught civics in high school. They were taught how to be dumb.
Yeah, I remember when we were going to school, like we would have recognized because, like, even when he came out with them, like, well, that's stupid. That's not gonna happen. But like, I guess it started shortly after we graduated.
Probably.
Because I don't remember all the stupid shit in high school.
I mean, there was a dumb bunch. I did a bunch of stupid shit in high school, but it wasn't because of school.
I had a lot of fun in high school, and it wasn't studying.
No.
But yeah, that one. I think everybody knew that was coming down. Like, that was not a surprise whatsoever.
No, that was probably...
It didn't surprise you, Kevin?
No, that was the least surprising of the four. I mean, a couple of them. I knew the next one I'm going to ask you about was coming up. I knew this one was coming up. The other two, I did not know. I think I heard about them like a month ago, but I guess the court cases like were going on, and I mean, I didn't expect the decision to come up.
Oh, so you're surprised?
I was surprised on two.
Was it like a Christmas surprise?
It was, especially the one you told me about. One, I'm like, huh. But no, this one I knew was not going to. Everybody knew And if anybody says they did not think the Supreme Court was going to do this, is a goddamn liar. Because everybody knew it was unconstitutional when he did it. The fact that he did it right before midterms, and they could, it was just a ploy to get votes, and people fell for it. I mean, wholeheartedly, they fell for it because you're a bunch of rubes, and that's what happened when you placate to a bunch of rubes. They're going to vote for it because then they're going to be like, "Oh, what happened? Why did that get taken away? Oh, it's not." Then they get mad at the people taking it away, not the fact that it was unconstitutional to start with. And it's just dumb, and it's a game that these people keep falling for constantly. And I'm going to jump into the next one kind of here because, I mean, he's been doing this. I mean, this party, the Democrat Party, has been doing this to minorities for God knows how long, placating to what they can promise everything, but they never back it, if they know it's illegal, they know they can't do it, or they don't have the financial, wherewithal to do it. I mean, I'm sure somebody at some point got elected promising reparations for, slavery. And I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I don't even think that's constitutional. We could talk about that in another episode.
No, I'm just saying that this is what happens, though. People fall for this shit thinking it will happen, and it never will. And just because they don't know civics and they don't know how the Constitution works.
Well, that's what's weird because when you graduate and you get older, questionably wiser, and you notice that when people run for office, it's literally like the same assholes that were running for class president, where they just promise you all the dumbest shit, and whoever promises the most crap that's never. I'm going to put a brand new candy machine that if you happen to be in the cafeteria between 2:15 and 2:14, you get free candy.
Do you like Hawaiian Punch? Because that is what I'm filling all the water.
Every drinking fountain will spew Hawaiian Punch. If you vote for me, it will rain from the skies. All I ask is for your support, and for that, you will not only get raining fruit punch, you can also get this button.
Yes. I mean,
that's what it's like, though.
It is like that.
Nothing has changed. It's just
it hasn't.
The fruit punch machines are bigger.
Yeah. I mean, it's money.
And way more expensive.
Yeah, for everybody else.
Probably like pre-chill.
I wonder if anybody got that. Did anybody get that? The student loan forgiveness?
Actually, I think some of the money did go out, which if it did...
Do you have to pay back?
I bet you will. Or they just tack it back onto your loan.
Oh, yeah. I think they just took it off your loan, right?
Yeah, so just put it back on. Ooh.
It's not like they didn't send you a check or anything. Like, here.
Well, I don't think...
I trust you because I can...
I don't think anybody... The fuck was I going to talk about? Shit, Kevin. You shut off my brain.
I didn't shut it off. I stopped immediately when you started talking.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure if it had to do with the college thing. What the fuck? I don't think it had to do with that. I'll think of it. I'll spew it out later.
I still don't think the COVID things were fucking...
Oh, no. Because that you just brought it back, Kevin. Good teamwork. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom. Boom.
Swashbuckling bastards. Not sure what that means. But,
what are you, pirates?
No, I guess student loans have been on pause.
Yeah.
Since COVID.
Yeah.
But, here's the funny thing. The payments have been on pause. The interest.
No, and like I said before, and I think I've said this before on the show, maybe I haven't, but if the government really wanted to do anything, they have their hand in every student loan agency, or they own the student loan agency. Every one of them. Somehow, either they're subsidized or owned by the government. They could literally just knock the interest rate out. Boom. No interest rate. 1%. Most of these interest rates are like 10, 12%, 19%. I mean, they're bad. And if they really wanted to do something, they can take the interest rate away. And that's the way to do it,
Yeah.
Why not? Why do you have to make money?
You know what, Kevin? You should be the treasurer secretary. That way you can get in there. Oh, the treasurer secretary is going to make an announcement. Hello, America. We're fucked.
I'm dumb. But I'm
Buy
going to do this for
gold
you.
and long-term storage food.
Yeah. Hey, who doesn't like government cheese? Because we're going back to those days. A free block of cheese for everyone.
This announcement was brought to you by Velveeta,
That's
which I
right.
love Velveeta. It is delicious,
It
but it
is.
is kind of weird when you have a product that doesn't actually like. I don't know if it grows mold. I'm not really sure. Anytime I've ever seen like you can eat Velveeta until it turns into a block of plastic is kind of my understanding.
Yeah, you just got to cut off the plastic part. You can still eat it.
And
Sometimes the
that's what it
plastic.
does.
Yeah, sometimes the plastic part, you just got to like cut that off. And there's still
Yeah.
like a goodness part back there.
It's a weird thing. It's delicious and I
It's
love it,
like
but
it
it's
hits
weird.
air, it turns into fucking like
Not
a
100% sure
piece
what
of
the hell it
lead.
is, but it is delicious.
It is delicious. All right, so let's move on to the next one. I think we both agree, and probably everyone who listens to us agrees that this thing was just completely unconstitutional. The student loan forgiveness, or student loan forgiveness. But this was a little more of I don't know, a shocker, but it was weird that you can have affirmative action for one group and take it away from another group who's actually more of a minority in this country and expect the smaller group not to be a little offended by this. So, affirmative action was struck down. Basically, it was an Asian student that went against uh, affirmative action because he got cut out of college, even though he's like a top 1% type of person for a student who was at lower standings in uh I don't know, the SATs or something.
Yeah, now they're trying to get rid of SATs. I
Of
didn't take
course.
him. You know why? Because I knew this guy wasn't going to college.
No, I didn't either.
other
I was
than to
like,
get, other than to where I can check that box in my resume, some college.
yeah, that's basically what I got. Some college. Were you surprised by this decision that affirmative action was struck down?
Um, mm, yes and no. I would say yes, just because of the climate and culture we're currently in. No, because affirmative action. And I don't think it's affirmative action across the board. I think it's only when it comes to college admissions.
Yes.
I think it's caveated.
No, it is college admissions.
But no, I don't think affirmative action when it comes to college admissions and them trying to like fill a quota and stuff like that helps the people that they think they're helping.
Is it
Because
college or anything funded by?
I think it has to do with anything with government, possibly. That would make sense. Um, but I heard from somewhere, and I never looked up the stat because I'm lazy. But I think like these minorities that are let into these higher end colleges just purely because of affirmative action have a much higher dropout rate. And
I
it's
think
not
it's a
because
3 to
they're
1 dropout rate.
yeah, and it's not because they're dumb. It's because well,
They're put in a
really, and
place that they shouldn't be placed in. They're
yeah,
putting a.
because and we'll bring it up in another episode, but uh because where they were getting their pre-education before going there is shit like wasn't preparing them for that level of school. Like I guess
Right.
strangely enough, I think California got rid of affirmative action in colleges a while ago.
In like 1996, and I think it was just like they came back up and they took it away again in like
Well,
2000.
all I know is like when they got
They
rid
didn't.
of it, there were a lot more minorities graduating from college and having better lives moving forward because they were still going to college. It just they weren't getting into colleges that they didn't qualify for. So then they got into other colleges that were better suited for them and the level of education they were going into. So I don't think that really helped anybody.
No, it never. I mean, it didn't. I did back in the day when they just purely didn't let black people into college.
That's why I think like just get rid of affirmative action everywhere and just remove the race part. Yeah, like you have you fill out your thing, it tells you all the information. If you need extracurriculars, all that stuff, you list it, and then you don't find out till the day they show up for class or orientation or show up for the first day of work. Oh, hey, friend.
It's weird that the one person that wrote the dissent was one person that got into the Supreme Court because of affirmative action, basically.
Are you talking about the newest Supreme Court that literally
Yeah.
only got the nomination because she's female and black?
Yes.
Okay, I was just
The
making sure.
same way our vice president got the same nod.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what she is. I'm pretty sure she's not black though.
Who? Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I
No
don't
one
know. I
does.
mean, someone says here's what I don't get. People say she's
Kajani
not
Brown
black
Jackson.
because
Wasn't that her
she's
name?
yes. And the vice president's half Indian, I think.
I don't think she's black at all.
I know they say Jamaican and Indian, which there's black people in Jamaica. I don't understand. Nope, you're not black unless you're American black.
Or African black.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. There's way too many groups and pigeonholes when it comes to shit. It doesn't fucking matter. It should just be you work hard and you fill out your resume or blah blah blah. And if for some reason someone shows up, it's like, oh, I didn't know. I don't know if this interview can continue. Well, then that person's a piece of shit. So
Yeah. Sorry, I had
that's right. Get it out.
I had a
Buddy.
belch there.
Get it out.
Had a little error with the last drink.
You get one of those robotic things that like tap you on the back to help you burp.
Yeah. I'm a little burper. I need a little burper. I'm a little baby.
Did you ever see that bicycle technique they do with babies to get them to fart?
Or you do the legs.
And you're like, all right, here we go. It's funny though because you're getting them all primed to basically fart in your face.
It's true.
So it works though.
Yeah. So I think again we both agree with this decision. Any thoughts on that? I mean, do you agree?
No, I
do
agree
you
with it.
concur, sir?
Well, and the funny thing is all of these. Now there are a couple that do like those first two have nothing to do with the Constitution, other than I know that they put in the Constitution later on about discrimination and stuff, but it's not really a federal thing determining who can and can't go to colleges.
It is
And
when
if you're taking
colleges,
federal monies,
then
you shouldn't be able to do anything that the federal government can't do.
Exactly.
So yeah, I agree.
Okay. These next two are directly First Amendment things. So, do you agree with the government not being able to talk to social media companies on what they can and can't put on their platform? Quote, unquote, misinformation. Can the government say, hey, you got to take that off because that's misinformation? Should they be able to stick their two-timing nasty fucking noses in our business to tell us what is and isn't good information?
No, and I'll tell you why.
Really?
Well, when I first heard about this, and this is what kind of annoys me about
this is the one you told me about that I had no idea.
Yeah, and this is what kind of annoys me about this shit because this had stuff like that shouldn't have to be brought up in court. If the government overreaches, the court shouldn't have to go to court. The federal government should be like, no, this is an infringement on the First Amendment. You can't do this. Period. I don't understand why it has to go through the court system to be like, oh yeah, like you can't tell me those Supreme Court justices ignore everything that's going on in the world around them. They're like, oh, I didn't even know they did this. Like that is blatantly
well, it's not
against
that they still had 3 votes yes. That the government can.
All three of those
6-3.
people. And
are communists.
It kind of goes with AOC because she wants to basically destroy the Supreme Court. But those 3 should be impeached because they're dissenting opinions on all of these. Other than I think it was this one. The one dude's dissenting opinion, I think it was the one guy that was voting, said that because this was brought up by states. It wasn't.
That was the student loan one actually.
No,
it was because the student loan isn't technically.
Oh yeah, okay. So with that one,
it's more individual than state.
But yeah, with that one, like it wasn't. But all the other ones are totally illogical, and they show that they have no business being a Supreme Court judge. Your judge isn't to offer up your opinion; it's to look at a case and determine whether or not it's in their purview of the Constitution. And if it's not, then it gets kicked back to the states, or it gets kicked back to the people. Period. And if they're ruling so like And just in their dissenting opinions, just pointing out that they're shit at their job and have no business being in the Supreme
Had
Court.
everything to do with like race and all this shit, and it had nothing to do with actual constitutional law.
Yeah, they should be kicked out because
Yeah,
this was bullshit. This was censorship.
this should have
And
been
here's the
9-0
funny
decision.
part: turns out most of that misinformation or conspiracy theories were all right.
Yeah, so when the misinformation turns right, I mean, that's a more dangerous when something's labeled misinformation and it proves out to be it turns out to be correct. And I actually think it happens more often than what people think. I mean,
Well,
not
and it
just
does.
lately. I think just most conspiracy theories have at least some root in truth.
Well, that's the problem too. Almost. Well, that's the the whole reason why the term conspiracy theory came about, which I'm pretty sure I've said before, Kevin, is because when people started talking about shit the government didn't want them to talk about, they just called them a conspiracy theory to take the attention off them.
Well, it seemed to work for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it started. Did it start when JFK was assassinated?
I don't know, but it's not that old. It's maybe 30 or 40 years old.
I thought it happened when JFK got assassinated. When people started thinking it was the CIA that did it.
Yeah, it turns out that was probably true too.
Did you hear about the? That's what it was at midnight. Midnight last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, I guess. By the time you watch this, Biden said he was going to keep the JFK assassination record sealed, even though I think somebody said they were going to release him 30 years after. I think it was Reagan who promised, like he wrote some kind of bill, or I think is either voted on or something that 30 years later they had to be released. But somehow the executive orders have kept them sealed.
What are they afraid that when they find out that the government had the president?
Well, they say it's because it's national security, but how can it be national security from 1960? What 11?
The only
64?
national security part is it's for the
63.
president who the government killed.
So the only way it's that it's any kind of national security is because we did it, and that agency is still in operation.
Yeah, what are they afraid that people are going to lose trust in the government even more so than they already have?
Well, they've already lost trust in the FBI and the DOJ, so why not throw the CIA in there?
I'm pretty sure no one's ever trusted the CIA, Kevin.
Well, they're not supposed to work within American borders.
Well, that's true.
So if they did, then that'd be a huge problem.
But yeah, that's a problem and why that was overturned, because if you just let open discussion, then it allows people to make their own minds up, and they don't, especially during this COVID shit, they didn't want people to make up their own minds.
No,
The
because
government
they
wanted to
like
make
their
up your
little
mind
sheep.
for you.
They like their little sheep.
And we were the little black sheeps, Kevin.
We were.
Which is why we got our first hard strike on YouTube.
Which we were talking about
monkeypox, and you went off about COVID, and you got it. You got our first hard strike.
Then, like 2 weeks later, they like let down all their fucking guard on it because everything came out that what I said was right.
I just thought it was funny because when I went back to watch the episode and I was gonna appeal it, I was like, nope, yep, we pretty much said everything we weren't supposed to say.
Which I think we want you. Maybe we'll do a COVID episode next time because you want to do one, didn't you?
I do want
a look back.
Aftermath. Yeah, look back at COVID and the Nostradamuses of today.
Yeah. So I think that'd be a good episode. I think there's a lot to learn from that. And I mean, a lot of this misinformation has come from that.
And I'll tell you right now, YouTube, if you give us our second hard strike on that episode, I won't give a shit. I ain't going to do nothing, but I won't give a shit.
No, our one viewer on YouTube can go fucking
find It's 5, Kevin. It's 5.
Is it 5 people?
I think so. They're probably randos. Supposedly we have 40 subscribers and none of them watch the show anymore. But
well, I'm hoping
if
you all
like,
the Rumble.
Subscribe, share, and comment, that would sure help. Then we would have better equipment because we might be bringing on a semi-regular guest who we think is hilarious, but I had to buy more equipment to make that work. So I don't even know how we make money doing this, but if you were to like, subscribe, and share it, and write stuff below, that would probably help. So just saying.
Maybe I don't know if the Chiron went through at some point in this episode.
As soon as I first started saying it, I might randomly put it up there anyway.
I do it all the time. Just have it run the whole time.
You You getting it yet, people?
Maybe we'll just blare it at the end. Like, subscribe right at the beginning.
No, but yeah, I think that'll be a good episode because it goes right into that and how. I mean, that's what I said. It shouldn't have to go to court. That's
What
so
was that
stupid.
movie?
What movie?
I always liked. Was it this conspiracy theory? Was it Mel Gibson and like Julia Roberts? Where Mel Gibson's like in. Have you ever seen that movie? It's a great movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna look this up because
I never even knew that those two were in a movie together, Kevin.
Yeah, Julia Roberts and Mel Gibson. And I think he was like a, I don't know. Everybody thought he was crazy. He had like,
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
no. I mean, that is one of them. Mel Gibson.
He's crazy in all his movies, Kevin.
I think it's on HBO, but I'm not sure. Or Max.
I don't know how much money he's worth, but apparently he had to pay his wife over like $200 or $300 million in their divorce.
Well, I think all his movies he made were.
I think there was a time where he was making good movies and they wouldn't.
Conspiracy Theory. It was made in 1997.
And it's called Conspiracy Theory?
Yeah, Conspiracy Theory. Basically, he was right about whatever he was talking about. I can't remember what the movie is about.
Most conspiracy theorists, other than flat earthers, are right, Kevin.
Yeah, other than flat earthers.
And like we did an episode on it, and I dove pretty deep into it, and let me tell you, no.
It's hard to justify it.
Even though
it just
that was
doesn't
a
make
fun
sense.
episode. If you're a new listener, you should really go back. If you're going to go back and watch any old episodes, I would do Flat Earth and Ghosts and possibly Aliens.
I think Aliens was pretty good.
Oh, and the Russian Warning, and then the Star Trek versus Star Wars versus Galaxy Quest versus the Orville.
That was like, what, 3 episodes worth?
Yeah, if you see a title that has nothing to do with politics, watch those.
Yeah, then if you like our politics side, I don't know, just
watch all of them.
Yeah. Monkeypox.
Which is on Rumble. That was actually pretty funny. I like that one.
That one was pretty funny. I haven't listened to that one in a while. I might have to listen to that.
Well, we need to go back through all of them to pull out reels and PSAs.
Yeah.
So we're putting out so much content, that's going to take a while.
It's hard to remember
just how funny and awesome we are.
Well, I mean, I know we're funny and awesome. That's a given. I have a hard time remembering what we've talked about.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I know we've talked about guns like 8 times.
It's because I like guns.
I like guns too. We've done.
Well, the problem is,
do we have any Freedom Series left? I can't remember how far we got.
Well,
we stopped doing that.
We stopped at basically the Bill of Rights first 10. So
yeah,
like 20 some odd left to go.
Yeah.
How many amendments are there?
27, 28.
I'm gonna check it up.
27 or 28. I can't.
And we don't even know how. The problem is like a lot of them.
I don't know if
we're gonna have to do like multiples. One negates another.
Yeah, one did the prohibition, and then one stopped prohibition.
I can't believe they got that many people together to outlaw booze.
Like, what the hell were you thinking? Hey,
so
we need to take a break while you're looking this up.
You gotta go pee pee?
I do have to go pee pee. Play the music, sir.
You go drain your dangle. Cue the music.
And we're back. How many amendments?
27.
That's what I thought. What was the last one? Do you know?
Nope. And we're not looking it up again because I closed the tab.
I thought maybe it's right there. All right. Well, we have 27 more episodes. No, I'm joking. We probably have like 3-4 more episodes in our Freedom Series. You can probably, I think we can whip them out.
Once we do the Prohibition one, because I want to look into why they did that. So that might be a decent one, but then we'll just knock out the one where they removed it.
Because, alcohol's a problem.
Yeah,
cheers.
Problem making people happy.
Yeah,
there's been most of the cool shit on YouTube wouldn't happen was for alcohol.
Our society, I don't know.
Anything in excess is bad.
I think the younger generation does not drink as much.
No, they smoke weed,
No, I think that's part of the problem.
which is
Just
way
legal weed
stronger
shit.
than the weed back in our day, Kevin.
I wouldn't know. I don't do the wacky tobacco, sir.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I don't now. Never
Right?
did.
Yeah. Never did. Never touched it.
I
Communion wine
shunned.
until I drank beer.
It's like I never touched that devil's lettuce. I just went up multiple times for communion,
Yeah, that's right.
mostly for the weird rice wafers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
And
anymore they. I don't know if they do wine anymore. If it's just grape juice.
I don't know. It's not what it says in the
It's
bottle.
not good
So,
wine. I know that.
yeah.
Ugh, it is very bad wine.
It's not even a sipping wine. It's a dipping rice wafer in.
Can you put the wafer? Yeah. Why can't they just pour it on the wafer and put it in your mouth?
I don't know. All those people dipping. They used to have the trays, and then they went from the trays, so everyone had their own cup, to the dipping cups. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how many of those people got a little too deep and got their fingers in there?
It used to also be like you drink. Everybody drank out of the same cup.
I never did that. That's gross.
I did.
You're Catholic, though.
Yeah, I usually drink out of the same cup.
Yeah, we were Lutherans. We had the shot glasses, and then it went to dipping.
Like regular shot glasses?
Yeah, they were like shot glasses with crosses on them.
Hells yeah, I want one of them shot glasses. Just saying.
They were neat. They were neat. All right, on to the next question, Kevin.
All right, and this is the last one I have because this was the last decision I heard of. Maybe there's been more, but I think this is the last major one. Should the government be involved in saying what you can and can't do with your business? Supreme Court says for equal rights, you have to serve everyone equally, which I agree. But if they have a request that goes against your beliefs, you can now refuse service without the consequence of being sued. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I'm kind of like, I don't know, because like, I think anybody who wouldn't service someone. Oh man,
You're talking about
based
corner people.
based on whatever
Yeah.
are dumbasses and dipshits, but like, it's in a free market. Because I remember seeing signs. We have the right to refuse service to anybody.
Yeah, I've
If
seen that in
you
many bars.
if you're like a bigot or whatever, a homophobe or transphobe or whatever fucking phobe you can add a word in front of, and you don't want to
Conservaphobe.
serve
I
that
don't know.
certain client, that clientele, that's just less money for you.
Yeah.
So I don't see what it matters. I think some of these people that cause these lawsuits go around looking for companies, and I don't think it is. Now I don't know if it's religious beliefs or beliefs, but like if I'm a baker and I don't believe in gay marriage, just not even you know not even because it's religious thing. Just think, well, it's just marriage to me is, and it used to be a definable word of union between man and woman, so I just can't do this. So I'm not gonna do it. Then you shouldn't have to do it. Period. It's like, no, I'll make you a cake. You can put whatever the hell you want on it, but I'm not. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to buy cake? Buy cake. You can put whatever you want on it,
Like
but I'm not decorating it.
I mean, technically, I think even if like you're some kind of goddamn racist, you're like, no, I'm not serving you because you're, I don't know, let's say Asian or whatever, and they're just like, okay, well then you're gonna be like, you're gonna lose the business from that, and you're probably gonna lose a lot more business because you're a racist.
That's what I'm saying. Like, culture has changed so much now. And I've talked around with other people. There is still a lot of, not a majority, but there's still a lot of ignorant, dumbass racists out there. But not enough to where, like, if somebody wants to run a business that way, they're not going to be in business long, unless you're in like some kind of weird clan town.
And if I heard of a business here that was like racist as shit, I would immediately try to like go right across the street and just open the same business, only not being racist.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like back in the
That's
day,
what a free capital society is.
yeah, it weeds that kind of shit out. Now, back in the day, when there was a bunch of ignorant, racist dumbasses, yeah, that kind of shit, you know, wasn't really looked down upon. Nowadays, even if you're not like, you don't have to be a far left dumbass to know that if somebody's going to be like, I'm not serving, uh, or like from the movie Life, these are whites only pies. They're not going to be in business very long. Like, so that's why it's. I'm glad the ruling went through. That one's a questionable one because of that. There is an amendment about that,
Yes, there's like a loophole.
but like this one's about compelled speech. So like I get, and it's that's kind of a weird thing. So like, say I think this had to do with a website, and I don't
It
know
was a
what was.
website designer who wasn't actually in business yet. Like it was just somebody who did it on their free time, and they designed
Well,
wedding stuff, like designed
oh,
wedding
so it was
like
like a wedding
websites.
website.
Yeah, and she didn't want to do like a gay wedding
Oh,
website,
okay. So, but that's kind of one of those things. And you can't. What are
but
you
she
going to do?
wasn't a business yet. She wasn't actually a
Even if she was
business.
a business,
She was just
it
doing
still
it on the
shouldn't matter.
side to, you know, pay the bills or whatever.
But I think I would just be like, no, well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but then she got fucking sued for not doing it.
Yeah. See, and that's where people are like, oh, you're not going to make our website, then we're going to sue you because I'm too lazy to go find someone else to do it.
No, they don't want to find somebody else because
They're fishing for people, is
they're
what they're
fishing
doing.
for people. Exactly. They probably weren't even getting married. You know, I feel like some of these people don't even fucking, they just go around doing this shit so they can be butthurt about something. Like, why is your life so fucking miserable that you have to find, like, you have to make other people's lives miserable? I don't understand that. I don't understand. And that's half these people on fucking, like, any of these fucking websites that are, like just bitching to bitch. You know, I don't get it. Like, live your life. I mean, I get it. I troll sometimes, but that's because it's fun and you people are stupid. And it's just easy to do, especially when I know facts and you guys are just like, or not the you guys, but you know, certain people just decide to, you know, not throw facts. They just want to throw their ideological
Their
fucking
feelings,
rhetoric,
Kevin. They want to
their
throw their
feelings.
feelings and make you
Uh,
have their feelings.
I don't have their feelings. Why? I don't get mad. I just use facts because I'm laughing the whole time.
Yeah, that was out of all of them. I thought this one was like the biggest kind of surprise, just because there is a little tangling. I don't agree with it. I think if you don't want to do something because this is America, you should be able to do or not do it, within the confines of the law. But like when it comes to a service, you shouldn't have to do anything you don't want to do. And if there's consequences from not doing it, whether it be losing business from other people or whatever, then fine. If you can't tell me there aren't plenty, that's why the whole bakery thing keeps popping in my head, because you can't tell me there are a shit ton of bakeries that would be happy to make a gay wedding cake. Like, just like, oh no, I hear there's this one guy who's religious, so let's go have her. We want to make sure, because the cake's so much better with the bitter tears forced out of their face by the court. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's dumb. It's just losers that don't have any, you know, kind of the same thing like how we said before, like these fucked up kids that don't have any self worth and all that shit. It's like they're lacking something in their life, so they look for all this bullshit to be angry
I
against
think
somebody.
I think Ben Shapiro said for good because he
Better than me? Come on.
yeah, he tweeted, he goes, hey, somebody tweeted him, like, how would you feel if you went to a place and they said, we don't serve Jews here? He would say, that's fine. It's America. Do what you want. I'm going to go to the Jewish bakery then. And
That's
that was
yeah.
that. I mean, I just, that's it. You just go somewhere else. You don't give them your business. What you don't want to do is be like, I'm going to make this person change their mind by suing them.
Yeah, now like people being assholes or whatever, but that's just it. If they're labeled as assholes, they're not going to be in business. I mean, I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe there'd be a lot of people that'd be all about that shit, but it's like that's why like trying to force people. Same thing with, and I don't think it's ever going
You
to happen
can't
with.
you shouldn't be able, this is fucking America. You shouldn't be able to force belief one way or the other.
No, if you have some type of ideological thing you're doing, you have to. And I hate it because it's another stupid saying get thrown around the fucking news all the time. But you have to change the hearts and minds of the people, because if you force them to do it, you're just going to get pushback.
Yo.
Now, trying to get people to accept the idea that people can change to whatever they want, whether it be dude, girl, horse, pixie, whatever.
You know what?
Never gonna happen.
You can never force anybody to change their beliefs. It's just not going to happen.
No, and then if you wanted to, as soon as you try to
People
force
throughout
them,
history have become martyrs because they will not change their fucking beliefs.
yeah. I mean, and once you start forcing them, then the armor starts coming on and they start locking down. You know, they're like, nope, you almost had me. Until you said, I got to call that dude Gazelda.
Yeah, I'm not calling Gazelda
Mrs. Gazelda. I'll call him Mr. Gazelda all day long.
All day long.
Call him Mrs. Gazelda.
You know why? Because his wiener's all warm, like poking at me. So
I could have sworn you were about to say warm. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you said.
That's not what I meant.
Let's listen here, mister. And this, it just doesn't make any sense. I can't call that person Mr. or Mrs. Gazelda because of his warm penis. I kind of think that's what you said, Kevin.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a warm penis. It's just like rubbing up against you. But like, I'm not, man, I can't do it.
Be like that dude on the subway that got like 20 years to life for inappropriately rubbing people.
Yeah.
With his clothes on. Very creepy. He just like stand next to people and like rub his junk on them and breathe heavy over their shoulder.
What the fuck?
Which is pretty creepy, but he kept getting arrested for it, and then they finally just threw him in prison. Like, I don't know how many counts of, I think they hit him with sexual assault.
He should have got sexual assault like every time.
Yeah, because that's fucking weird. And that's another reason why.
I'm pretty sure dry humping people is not something that's allowed.
You know, I don't think I'll probably be visiting any city that has a subway.
No, it seems like a horrible place. And most of those cities are run by fucking horrible people that, you know, don't want to protect you on the subway.
Yep, they just want the accolades that come along with being whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's about all I got to say about that one. It was slightly surprising. I agree with it. I think if you don't want to do something, especially if it's something that goes against your beliefs, then, yeah, there's no way in hell, because that's a double thing. Because when it comes to a business, all business transactions are two agreed upon transactions between one person and another.
We're a capitalist society. People should be able to do whatever they fucking want.
You're not taking anything away from that person by not doing something.
No.
You're losing something by not doing it because you're not getting their business.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the victim technically is nobody.
There is no victim. It's a victim.
I mean, they don't get the product. You don't get the money.
Not a victimless crime. I mean, it's not a crime at all. But I mean, it's not a victimless. I mean, it's victimless. No, they're not spending money on a person who doesn't believe what they believe.
But I have to look around for someone else.
And you don't get the money because your beliefs say, hey, you know, my beliefs are higher than making a little bit of money. So no one wins, no one loses. It is what it is. So
it's like it never happened.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all I had on the Supreme Court stuff. I can't remember. I don't think there's anything else. Are they still going on? I have no idea how the Supreme Court actually works, which we should probably do an episode of that because I'd like to kind of figure that out.
Maybe we should make a civics series.
We should, because I don't know if they just do it like, I know it's always around this time that the major decisions are made. This was when the Dobbs decision.
Have in session, out of session things. That's why everyone tries to get all their shit put in before the session ends.
Yeah, because this was about the time the Dobbs decision came out, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Overturned Roe versus Wade.
That potential semi-regular guest is he's pretty smart, so he might know some of this shit too.
I hope so. Is he coming down next week or?
I don't know. It's pretty fucking hot up here.
Okay.
He doesn't like to be hot.
Well, he's kind of fat.
That's not nice.
We're all kind of fat. I mean, let's be real. I'm kind of fat. I had to turn on the air conditioner in this room.
I am fat.
Before we fucking started because I'm fat.
Why do you think I set the camera height so high?
Exactly. So,
The other thing else to talk about is cocaine in the White House.
Oh yeah. So like everybody, pretty much. I think I saw a place where in Vegas, the odds-on favorite is it's Hunter's cocaine.
And only two scenarios came to mind. Either it's Hunter's and he left it, or Mitch McConnell was hanging out at the White House this weekend.
I mean, it's almost more dangerous if it wasn't Hunter's, right? Because it just means there's fucking drugs going on in the fucking White House
Yeah.
rapidly.
Well, and someone brought up that part of his deal, his little sweetheart deal he got for the federal gun and tax credit
Yeah, so he'd get
implemented.
the gun charge, right?
Yeah, he has to stay sober.
Yeah, so he'd
That's
get the
part of
gun
his
charge.
deal.
Like sober, like can he drink?
I don't know. I don't think
Like if
so.
he was caught on camera, like at a correspondence dinner or something, drinking,
I think it's drugs.
just drugs. So if he was caught at a correspondence dinner, hitting
I'm
a
not sure.
massive bong or smoking a crack pipe,
Theoretically, his deal would be null and void.
yeah, so he'd have to get the full gun charge, right?
I would think so. You would end up going to court and
Well, I'm
being
sure Dad'll
sentenced.
fucking get him out of it. So
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm not sure when it was said, but there was this video snippet from Jesse Waters Primetime, and apparently old Chuck Grassley, has got some documents basically saying that the president's being blackmailed because of all the shit that Hunter did. And if it's all true and all checks out, then it's kind of like he
it's
either needs to
treason, right?
resign or be impeached. Well, it says it kind of explains his weird actions when it comes to foreign affairs and some domestic affairs, but like the whole I'm not going to release this money unless you fire this prosecutor. Apparently, he was paid to do that, possibly. But yeah, basically, people got a bunch of shit on them because that's what these companies do. They give you a bunch of money, and then they hold that over your head and be like, "You're going to do this, or I'm going to release this." And supposedly that happened. And if it's true and all pans out, then it's like he either needs to resign or be impeached immediately.
Dude, he should be resigned or impeached anyways.
Well, that's only because he was elected.
Well, I mean, I still understand why Republicans are so weak. Like Democrats try to, I mean, they immediately tried to impeach Trump, even though it had a small majority in the House, and they did not have majority in the Senate at the time. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, that one dude, Green something.
like, stop being pussies. Fucking show the American people you have some balls, and that's the problem. Is the Republicans have no balls.
Yeah, and I'm tired of people hearing. I'm tired, like even like that Chris Christie's just a worthless piece of shit. I'm just tired of these people saying I'm over Trump. Blah blah. The only reason you're over Trump is because the left did their job and they plastered him in the media and accused him of all his shit ever since he came down the escalator. So you're doing exactly what the left wants you to do.
I mean, if you want to be honest, I mean, there's hardly any Trump anymore because Trump's on Twitter, Trump's on Facebook. He's not on any social media. He's only on Truth Social. Which, man, have you been on Truth Social lately?
Just when I upload the podcast.
I mean, did you? I mean, I'm constantly like mentioned on Truth Social, but there is so much spam on Truth Social. It's ridiculous.
Well, they're new and they need to
Like they
put
do a
in
horrible job.
filters.
They do a horrible job monitoring. I mean,
I just
it's
upload our show.
constantly Trump and Elon Musk have a conversation, and here it is, and I mean, it's all fucking like hackable.
It's
Somebody
like
trying to
old
hack into your
school
shit.
Facebook.
Yeah, and it's fucking garbage. Like that's what like if you go to a comment section of any truth on True Social, like 90% of it is just people trying to spam you or hack you.
Well, and that's what maybe they do need to get together with Elon Musk and figure out how to limit that.
Yeah, it's garbage.
But they don't have all the protections built in.
Oh, I
Like
want to talk about Facebook. Also came out with a new Twitter called Thread,
yeah, threads on Instagram.
and immediately conservatives started getting censored. Whoever joined,
Well,
like,
and here's what's funny: that dude has built a multi-billion-dollar empire and made himself rich off basically stealing other people's ideas.
yeah, I
He
think
either
Elon Musk.
steals
I
the
think Elon.
idea or he buys it.
I mean, I don't know how true it is. I think I saw it on True Social. Let me see. It was sometimes I just get truth notifications. Let me see what it was. Twitter threatens legal action over Meta's Threads app. Let's see if I can open this. Just the news actually pretty good.
Well, good.
Social media.
That's all the guy does is copies.
Because they took his intellectual property of Twitter and used it for his own gains, I guess, or whatever.
Oh, who do you think would win? Musk or Zuckerberg?
I don't know.
I mean, Zuckerberg's got an advantage because he's a robot, so robots are super strong.
That's true. But, I mean, Musk is kind of a robot, too. I mean, I don't think he has a lot of emotion.
No, I'm thinking fucking Zuckerberg's an actual fucking robot.
I don't know. I think either of them are.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone's talking about.
Are they actually going
Zuckerberg he's been training in jiu-jitsu or something like, oh, he has martial arts training. So does Elon Musk. No one talks about that. Elon Musk has training too. And the dude's like 6'4". I did not know he was that tall.
He's that tall?
He's fucking huge.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was. There's a picture of him they tweeted out with him with his fighting team, training him to fight. And he's like a foot taller than everybody.
No shit.
Yeah, he's tall. He's over.
He's going to win then. Just reach alone.
That's why he said he was going to pull the walrus.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, just fall down on top of him and smother him like a walrus.
That's a pretty good fucking ploy, though.
But no, it was weird because they mentioned it in casual passing that, oh yeah, he's trained in like, I don't know, Aikido or something but he's trained in something.
Yeah,
but they just step over it because Zuckerberg's like a yellow belt and they probably pay the people to let him win. I don't care if he's got training. I'll fight him. Fuck it.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd probably lose just because my stamina is horrible.
I'd immediately fall over.
It's like, oh, you know jiu-jitsu? Pfft, dude, I got like...
Is that shit going to be a pay-per-view or what? Is that what they're doing?
Probably. I'll probably pay for it. I don't care.
I'd pay for it. I'd watch that shit-ass fight. It'd be like going back to high school and watching two people who can't fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I don't know. I'd take him on. I wouldn't take on Elon Musk because he's got the size match. I'm not sure.
You just got to go for the legs. You're a wrestler.
I got 8 years of folk-style wrestling, motherfucker.
That's right. You see, you're a wrestler, so you could have gone for the legs. Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg.
I mean, is there anything else I can't... I mean, I think there was other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember off the top of my head, so it must not have been important.
Yeah, I can't think of anything, and I forgot how much pre-record we have, so I have no idea how long this episode is going to be.
I think we're around 30. I think we're right around an hour, really.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Plus pee break. I don't know. Who cares? It is what it is, buddy.
The dingle break.
So, thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this was the Lost Art of Common Sense.
What's that? Common Sense!
Common Sense!
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Common Sense! I did not say warm penis.